All right, this is going to be a continuation of lesson 6-4. Okay, and in lesson 6-4, we were learning how to solve inequalities using addition and subtraction. Remember that you're using the same relationships that you did in equations, which is the inverse relationships between addition and subtraction, to get the variable by itself. Okay, those properties of equality and the properties of inequality are similar. So now on this page, 354, I want you to take a look at questions 2, 4, and 5. Those are the 3 questions we're going to complete on this page. First, look at question 2. How are the solutions of the 2 inequalities different? And are there any of the solutions the same? And they want us to explain. So in part A, you'll notice that the inequalities look very similar, except for what you see here with each of those inequality symbols, okay? So when I solve the first inequality, I'm going to take away 5 from both sides, and I get x is less than 3. When I do the same thing on the other inequality, I'm going to get x is greater than 3. So in this case, x cannot be less than 3 and greater than 3 and have anything in common. Okay, the first inequality, if we were to graph it, would not include 3 as a value. So there's the 3, here's a 2, here's a 4. And if I'm going to graph this, I want x to be less than 3. So this is going to be an open circle and shaded to the left. But on the second inequality, we could make the exact same number line, but this time, oops, hang on. All right, I think I fixed it. But this time, x is greater than 3, which still means 3 is not part of that solution, but any number that is bigger than 3 does work. So they have no solutions in common. Okay. Now I want you to take a look at part B. You get a similar pair of inequalities, but this time the symbol isn't less than and greater than. The symbol is less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. So this time when we solve for x, we get x is less than or equal to 3, and we get x is greater than or equal to 3. So when I graph these solutions, they still have the same type of number line, but this time the circles are filled in and they're still shaded in each direction. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is that this time they do have a solution in common. So 3 is a solution for both. Now I want you to try number 4. You have 3 inequalities, solve them, and then try to graph them on the number lines that are provided. Pause the video while you do this and come back and check your answer. All right, go ahead and check your answers and pause the video while you do that, and then come back and try number 5. See me if you have any questions. All right, go ahead and try number 5. Notice that in part A, you're going to be writing the inequality, and in part B, you're going to be solving it. So take a look at the speed limit sign and what your speed is, or what Eleanor's speed is in this case, and use those pieces of information to write your inequality. In part B, try to solve it, and come back and check your answers when you think you have it. All right, let's go ahead and check your answers on number 5. We know that Eleanor's can increase her speed or go faster if she's under the speed limit, and it does tell us that she doesn't go over. So how much faster she can go plus the speed she's already traveling, 43 5/10, has to be less than or equal to 55, which is the speed limit, because again, they tell us that she is not going to go over that speed limit. When we solve this inequality, we're going to take away that speed that she's currently traveling to figure out the difference between her current speed and the speed limit, which is 11 and 5/10 miles per hour. So what that means is that Eleanor can increase her speed by no more than 11 and 5/10 miles per hour. In other words, 11 and 5/10 or less. All right, now on page 355, I want you to try questions 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Try each of these, come back when you're ready, and check your answers. All right, now you're going to want to take a look at your work and answers for questions 7, 8, 9, and 10. I have my work here on the paper, so you are welcome to pause the video while you do that. Check out the graphs of those inequality solutions. And if you have any questions, come see me. Otherwise, you're going to move on and do a couple of problems on the next page. All right, on page 356, I want you to try questions 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And when you've finished with those, you'll come back and check your answers again in the video before we move on. Okay, go ahead and check your answers on 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. If you have questions about your work, come see me for help, especially before you get into any of your practice work.